Hello there, my name is Anna Lundberg. I'm the founder of One Step Outside, author of Leaving the Corporate 9 to 5 and host of the Reimagining Success podcast. And now, as we near the end of 2019 and are getting closer to the new year and also new decade, 2020 represents a new decade, so very exciting, we're looking at reimagining success. And for me, that means looking beyond the narrow domain of just work and career. So although we spend most of the year looking at things like work goals and pushing ourselves harder and promotions and maybe setting up your business and so on, now I want us to take a step back and look at all those different areas in our lives that really matter. So I introduced the 5 L's model last week, and this is a model that I use with myself and with my clients to help us to do just that. Imagine what could success be outside of just work. So the 5 L's are live, wellness and well-being, love, relationships and romance, learn, development and growth, lead, career and impact, and laugh, fun and spontaneity. So each week up until the end of the year now, we're going to be looking at a different L. And so this week is the first one, and it is live, wellness and well-being. Now, this is a foundation on which everything else in life is built. It comes first in my model because unfortunately it tends to come last. So it's not just our physical health, but of course our mental health, which is with good reason getting a lot of attention these days, our emotional and spiritual well-being. So this is all the obvious things like eating well, getting nutrition, exercising, fresh air, but also, making sure we have the mental health support, friends to talk to, that we're taking care of our other areas too, like relationships, and we have people to support us, and that we're feeling well, really, and equipped to deal with everything else. Because there's only so much I can do. I can, help you consider what is important to you and set your career goals for the next year and help you with marketing and branding for your business. But if you're not physically well, if you don't have the energy to even think about those things, let alone spend all that time and energy working on that, that's not going to be very productive. So I encourage you to think about your wellness and well-being. So again, each week we'll be looking at one area. Do check out the podcast, which comes out on Thursday. So Reimagining Success podcast. Again, there'll be a full-length episode on each of these areas, and we're looking at wellness and well-being. But in the meantime, I'd love to encourage you to think about this area. How are you feeling right now? How have you been feeling this year in 2019? So where are you today? And then where do you want to get to? So let's say this time next year, how do you want to be feeling? Do you want to be feeling differently? And then of course the next question I'll ask you is how you can get there. So where are you today in the area of wellness and well-being? However you define that, because it's up to you. Where do you want to get to by next year? And what are you going to do to get there? So do check out the podcast episode on Thursday, and I'll be back next week with the second L. Bye for now.